What up, Timmons here. Since I do my reviews for Tom Cruise movies because of Top Gun Maverick, here's my review for the third Tom Cruise film I'm doing a review for, and that is one of his most iconic movies of the 80s that is not Top Gun related, and that is Risky Business. Risky Business, which was directed by Paul Bergman and starred the likes of Tom Cruise. You had Rebecca De Mornay, Curtis Armstrong, Joe Pantoliano. You had some really cool cast members in the original in this film. And if you guys don't know much about the story, it's where this high school senior Joe Goodman, whose parents leave on vacation for a few days, and you have Joe Goodson pretty much cuts loose with his best friend Miles after an attempt at securing at the service of a prostitute goes slightly airy. He pretty much he ends up hiring this gorgeous woman named Linda, played by Monet, for a night of delight, and of course done by the amount of Lance bills. The next morning, he pretty much grows frantic of after he crashes his father's porch, and in an effort to raise lots of money, he pretty much turns the house into a brothel here. It gets really insane, and definitely one of the best teen movies of the '80s. I mean, there was lots of great ones. Obviously, Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller, those are some iconic ones. But Risky Business is so good. I mean, Tom Cruise, obviously one of the most iconic roles, is him just dancing around his Thai wives here, uh, pretty much dancing to old time rock and roll. I mean, that scene alone is one of the most iconic pop culture references in many stuff. I mean, South Park poke fun at that scene. Trying to remember what else. Lots of stuff I can't remember off the top of my head. But so many movies and shows has parodied that scene. It's such an iconic scene. Tom Cruise, of course, plays his part perfectly in this. It's such a really fun coming of age tale. Uh, it's really funny. It gets pretty heartfelt. I mean, believe it or not, like Tom Cruise was not originally going to play this role. Like other actors were who actually auditioned for the role include the likes of Sean Penn, Gary Sinise, Kevin Bacon, John Cusack, and Tom Hanks. But thankfully, Tom Cruise got the part and perfect here because he did such a great job with this film. Paul Berkman did a really good job with this as well. Of course, he directed other stuff like Man Don't Leave. Uh, he didn't really direct a whole lot of stuff since this movie, which is disappointing because he was a really cool filmmaker with this film. A long time I used to always thought this was a John Hughes film. It always had that John Hughes feel to it, but John Hughes was never really attached to this at all. He wasn't even a writer, which I always thought he was at least a writer, but that's not. But man, Tom Cruise, it's a shame he doesn't really like. It'll be cool seeing him do some of these comedy roles again. We know how great he does when it comes to comedies. We've seen that with Les Grossman. And when he wants to get into the comedy role, he knows how to get them. And this was like, of course, his earliest comedies roles. It's so raunchy. His chemistry with Rebecca De Mornay I thought was great. That woman, by the way, still looks good at her age, I'm not gonna lie. But this movie is such a fun one. It's so wacky. It gets crazy throughout. The stuff. I mean, he literally just turns his whole house into a brothel, which is funny as a nightmare. But man, if you guys have never really seen Risky Business, do yourself a favor. Go watch it. It's just so funny. Raunchy, great writing by Don Evan and Steve Tesh. Definitely, one of the funniest teen comedies of that era. Anyway, let me let you guys. Have you ever seen Risky Business? If so, what's up? Are you a fan of it? Are you not a fan of it? Favorite scenes, favorite moments? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simmer signing off.